So that is going to be a very hard journey for her to go through. But we must be forged by fire, and we must not begrudge her the growth she requires. Moving on though, the several interesting shots in here, some things that spark my imagination, my curiosity, my theory crafting. The first, well, let me just mention that I really, really do love the costume design that's happening here. Uh, I love Swan Sanchez's attire here. This golden shawl thing. Then we have this the headdress like thing. I know there's probably some official name that sounds really cool, but this thing that she has on her head with the flowers, almost laurel like, reminds me of a few paintings of Greek gods, Aphrodite. Anyway, she looks great. Surprisingly, even the accepted and the novices, they look good. They look great. Nynaeve looks absolutely fabulous in white with her belt looped around her mid. She looks great. I wasn't expecting that because in my mind I expect these novice dresses to be chafing, to be uncomfortable, stiff, the kind of clothing like really bad uniform that reminds you of your station, so that they are always aware that you are not sisters yet, and you are here to be trained by the most powerful women in the world. And there's a whole lot of things that they are forced to do sometimes that are questionable. Yeah, but it does look really really well, I think. Perrin looks like he's moved up a bit in the world. He's wearing some lord like clothes there, which is good, seeing as I know obviously some things from the book will be skipped or adapted. And I just want to see Matt in a Lord's clothing. Please just give me that one tidbit. Um, this one is an interesting one. This shot of I haven't counted. I haven't really counted them. I think there are 13 people sitting around a table. It's not a round table. That would mean that they are equals or something. It's still very close. The table is faceted. It's um, it's a polygon, a very big one. And at the head of this table, we see this gentleman who we know is Ishamael, the guy who we have been led to believe is the Dark One. He's not. He's just, well, he's the Dark One's most loyal lieutenant. Or he's basically the guy the Dark One trusts the most to have his views aligned with the Dark One's purpose, so to speak. And okay, we are not getting the insane dude we got in the story, but this new iteration of him being smart, at least I hope he's smart. I hope he's really really smart. I hope he's a villain I can appreciate the villainy form, someone I can laugh to head. So what is he doing here? Why is he? Because I don't buy that these guys are forsaken. Why would they be shadowed? If they were forsaken, they would be, displaying all their eccentricities and quirks. So I think they're dark friends, the dark friend social, as it has been called, which is interesting. Why would he be sitting down with them in such a manner? Does he view them? Does it, because in the story he views them as minions and basically little bugs that are beneath them. Most of the Forsaken see people of this age as mere children. They literally have no respect for them, and Ishmael is actually sitting down with them and saying, "Oh, guys, welcome to this meeting. I'm Mr. Who, I'm Miss Who, code names and all that interesting stuff." Might be fun to see. We'll see how that is twisted about. I do have a few concerns with Ishmael's arc and the story, the way the story is shifting to accommodate that. Just a smidge, maybe a few is just nitpicking, but I don't know if that is going to be very satisfying so far. Okay, the whole thing with the episode 8 and the the events at the eye of the world has me considering some of the changes to law that might be happening here, because we have the seals, not things that you can carry around, but they are actual physical things that seem built into a prison that is or a building or a place that is put there to maintain them. So if the guys are looking for the seven seals, it's going to be this adventure travel, this travelogue sort of story where we are looking for ancient civilizations or ancient places that might have uh, a seal placed in them. How will that work? How will that work? Because this is not something you can literally just take out and carry with you. It's not something that is going to be lost in Shanshan or something. I don't know how they're going to twist that. And also, this is the thing that Rand actually freed the Forsaken. He is the one who freed Ishmael. That is, so much has suffered, so much law has suffered from that. If you don't mind spoilers, I'll just tell you, because uh, while the rest of the Forsaken were bound in Shayol Ghul with the Dark One, Ishi was sort of, he wasn't fully bound, so that occasionally, every couple or hundred of years, he would be able to pop out from the cell, from the prison itself, go out into the world and sow chaos. The Trolloc Wars, where he's doing most of most of the really big bad events of recent history can be attributed to him. That's what that explains why he wasn't really bound by the time Rand comes about. He has been going out into the world and he's crazy, and he now believes himself to be the Dark One. That's why he sort of torments Rand throughout the first two books, saying, "Oh, you cannot face me. I'm the Dark One. I'm the Dark One." So in this one, he is bound in this place. Has he been free to sow chaos in the world? I don't know. I don't. I really do not know. And so, having it being Rand's fault that the Dark One is free, Rand and Moraine. Honestly, that was a terrible call on your part, Moraine. You're letting me down here. Having it be Rand's fault that Ishmael is free, and now Ishmael can actually go and free the rest of the Forsaken. How is that going to work? I feel like there could be a few things that I disagree with here, but hey, guys, I'm giving you a big chance here. I'm taking a leap with you, so I hope they do settle all those questions of the story really well, and make sure season 2 is really really solid, really solid. Um, hmm. And another interesting shot is this. Okay, we basically know a lot about the coming season so far. A few leaks in terms of script, and basically the big parts of the story are public knowledge. I don't know if that detracts from the experience or if it enhances it. Is it just something that you know the crazy fans who really want to know everything can just teeter with? There's something that they can enjoy doing in the interim period, or is that a big letdown? I think it might be the latter for me. Also, maybe I don't know, because sometimes when the thing itself is out, you might be reacting to news that might seem shocking to you, but that is really old news. It's old news in the world. Everyone knew it, but you apparently. The people who have been following things, they knew about some of the changes, and you're finding out about them on screen. But I think it might actually detract from the viewing experience a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, did I mention about the Shanchan? I really love, once again, the costuming. This is probably High Lady Suroth. sh- there's this shot of this lady with this weird mask on, and I'd like to know why they decided to do a mask. Obviously, it hides her face so that people can actually she can actually go out in public, and we're keeping with the books in that uh, people shouldn't look straight into her eyes and all that. So she's veiled. I like the wing designs on it. It's just interesting. How is this thing supposed to be worn? Generally, I just think the Shanshan look good. I like the insectoid beetle, like they say. I like how they look so far. Some interesting detail I think that I just might have glimpsed on Twitter is that this thing that the Damane, this channeling women who are basically slaves in Shanshan, this thing that is covering their mouths. I'm not saying that. This thing that is covering their mouths, it might actually be a nose piercing thing that hangs over your. Anyway, I don't know. I hope they don't make it. Okay, it has to be uncomfortable. It has to be a little bit iffy, but I hope it's not too. I hope it's not too much. Too much. So in this particular season, Gwen is going to be going through even harder time of things. Oh, something I'm really excited for is to see Elaine come into the picture. Elaine, even Matt. Those are the two guys I really want to see. Oh yeah, Donald Finn and Kiara Coveney. I really like, in hindsight, reading back, I really like the introduction we get to to Ando's royal family. That sort of coincidental bumping in with Rand and Elaine and Gawin and Galad. Oh, so much lost potential for Gawin there. But I really do like that scene. So it's going to be interesting how they are going to weave Elaine into the story we have so far. Obviously, I want to see Moges Strakand. Please, I don't want them to cut to them just on the way to the White Tower, or we just go to the White Tower and you find her there. I actually want to see Andor. I want to see the Lion Throne. I want to see Moges Strakand in all her glory. I want to see my guy Gareth Bryan. I don't know if they've casted these people. I'm just obviously these are just my thoughts. But I would really like to see to see to see Andor. It might be worrying, the things that Egwene has to go through in this particular season. It might be a bit of a red flag. The fact that she literally goes through this thing, being captured for her abilities, really, a second time by even a worse captive than the White Clocks. I hope they do explore the effects that would have on her psyche. This desire for vengeance, this desire to just, I don't want to ever be captured again, and this murdering intent that comes to her. That's something I hope we don't miss. There's a scene with Nynaeve with a sword, and she looks like she knows how to use it. How is that going to happen? Please, let's not have a power escalation that has not been explored. Let's see scenes of her maybe training with the warders. She seems pretty close with the warders. Please, let's just not her pick up a sword in the middle of a battle and actually know how to use it. That 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 will not be good. Uh, so obviously, I hope you know what I'm talking about here. Spoilers in five, four, three, two, one. This is the invasion of the tower by. Oh, is Min going to be there? No, it doesn't seem like she's there. I've seen shots of her in a sort of weird tavern-like place. But is Min going to be at the White Tower? Do we okay? Is this the app where we actually see the White Tower get taken over or get invaded by the blacks? And no, this is not probably the scene where Swan Sanche is deposed. Maybe I'm going way ahead of myself here. Yeah, maybe I am going ahead of myself. I don't think the White Tower gets attacked this early on. Maybe in a few stories, in a few episodes, we might get there. But I don't think we are there yet. Not really. I don't think I have anything more to say. Do I? Do I not? Um, Basically, I'm excited. Watching the season reel for some reason makes me want to go back and read the books. But I think it's too soon for a reread. It's too soon. I need more distance from the story, so to say. Um, I haven't seen the clip with Kiara Coveney or the one with Donald Finn. I think they sort of were introduced to the panel. I hope they release it online so that I can see them and get their vibe for these characters, get the air that they're bringing to them. I don't think it will be very hard. Casting has sort of never been the problem in terms of shows. People don't really complain about actors. They complain about the writing most of the times and the ridiculousness of it all. I had these moments in season one where I was like, wait, how did that just happen? Who allowed this to happen? Moments where I'm like, wait, what am I seeing? And I sort of just made some sort of peace with it and said, this is Hollywood. There has to be spectacle, even though it makes no sense. Really, one scene for me that did that was Nynaeve just literally healing everyone in the room from the brink of death. Is that reasonable? No way. But does it look good? Sort of. It also does weird things for thinking about how channeling works. I'm curious to see how they will do channeling in this particular season. I don't think they did it very well in the first one. I still have these mixed emotions. I don't know if visually they managed to capture channeling itself. I had a phase last year where I was just thinking about it. How would you portray channeling itself? Is it something that you see? Is it something that, okay, the weaves themselves? Is it like you literally have bands of color flowing out of you and forming into something, and then that something becomes lightning? I don't know if it's good visually, but I don't know. They have to do better in this season. At least I think so. Or is it something that if I'm a channeler and I look at a woman who's channeling, I will see her covered in light and doing all this weaving of bands of different light spectrums. I don't think they did a good job of explaining what exactly is going into this magic system. So fingers crossed, it's going to be done way better. And please let's have scenes that actually do some real building. I don't want season 8, despite the whatever's the challenges. I really don't want a repeat of that, because the thing with season 1, at least for me, is that it's very hard to go back and see it. It's not easy to do to 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 just go back into the story and say, oh, I want to experience this once again. Let me go back and see the whole thing, binge it all at once and experience the story. Because by the time I'm in minute 20 of the first episode, I have things that are just pulling me out of it. I'm thrown out of the story, and I'm looking at this scene and thinking, what's happening here? This looks so weird, so odd, so out of place. And that's bad. Or maybe I'm the only one who feels this way. Anyway, that's it from me before I give in even more contentious thoughts.